What is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here. This is Run It Back. Thank you for tuning in. As always, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I know 50% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, so just do your boy a favor and hit the red subscribe button and hit the little bell next to it to get notifications directly to your phone as soon as I post a video. Listen, man, some things we got to talk about really quick. I wanted to do this last night, but I was very tired. My eyes looked all crazy. I would have got all the typical comments on I look high, I look drunk, or whatever else. So I waited till today to do this after watching the Sixers game last night. First thing I want to talk about is the Brett Brown comments on Ben Simmons not shooting. And it is just ridiculous. I mean, I have never seen a coach, a person in this position, head coach in the NBA, sound as incompetent as Brett Brown sounded last night. I mean, he sounds like a child. I can't figure out how this dude is sounding like this and not feeling weird about it. Like, what are you saying, bro? Shout out to Howard Eskin, who is a raging douchebag 99% of the time. He's such a hater, hates Ben Simmons, hates Joel Embiid, hates Carson Wentz, hates entire Philadelphia fan base. Not a very well-loved writer in the Philadelphia area. But one thing he does do is brings the questions that need to be asked. He has no fear whatsoever when asking a question, and he asked Brett Brown a question yesterday that reporters should have been asking him for 3 weeks. You told Ben Simmons you wanted him to shoot 1 3-pointer a game, and he hasn't done it. Why? And Brett Brown got all defensive, started looking weird, started looking embarrassed, giving this nervous laugh, trying to make jokes about Howard Eskin. How long are you going to have the mic, Howard? Like, trying to discredit him as a reporter, like try to make it sound like it's a joke that he's talking. It was really weird. But Brett basically said, yeah, I said that, and yes, it didn't happen, so evidently I failed. What? But what? Have you ever seen a relationship like this between coach and player? I mean, it's a combination of two things. It's a combination of Ben Simmons either having a severe anxiety issue or being just that arrogant that he doesn't want to listen to anybody. And it's a combination of Brett Brown not even being able to talk to the guy. How does a head coach have absolutely no power whatsoever? Ben Simmons is sitting back saying, no, I'm not doing what you say. I mean, the head coach is saying it. The media is saying it. His other teammates are saying it. Literally everybody is begging the guy to shoot the ball from the outside. And he's still coming on the court saying, fuck you guys, I'm not doing it. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm not doing it. I never seen anything like it, and it's just sad that Brett Brown looked the way that he looked yesterday. It's absolutely just pathetic that he has no control over these players. I watched Larry Brown bench Allen Iverson back in my day. You understand? Brett Brown has no control. There's no control. Ben Simmons is running the show, and yeah, we won last night, but trust me, man, this coach-player interaction, this player-player interaction, all this stuff that's going on inside the Sixers organization right now is not going to end well. I'm predicting it right now. When it happens, I'll be right here to say I told you so, just like everything else I say on this channel, because I know exactly what I'm talking about. I made a YouTube channel. You can't make a YouTube channel if you don't know what you're talking about. I'm joking about the knowing what I'm talking about YouTube channel thing. Relax. The Sixers won last night. Ben Simmons was aggressive, yes, which is great, which is what we need from him. The only thing is, all right, how can I break this down so you understand exactly what I'm saying? Ben Simmons being aggressive and not shooting an outside jump shot is fine if he was on the team by himself, if there wasn't a center on the floor. If he was a small ball 5, he wouldn't have to shoot an outside shot. He could average a triple-double he could be a 20-point triple-double guy. He could have shooters all around him. He could be that player. So, you know, you guys keep showing me stats. Oh, why do you keep saying Ben needs to shoot from the outside? Here's his stats, 18, 10, and 10, blah, 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 blah. I understand his stats can be good when he's aggressive. He can be valuable when he's aggressive. The reason we need Ben Simmons to shoot from the outside is not for himself. is not for Ben Simmons' game to elevate, is not for Ben Simmons' stats to increase. It's to help the players around him. The center on this team, Joel Embiid, I don't know if you guys maybe forgot about him or not, he needs space. Ben Simmons needs to shoot the ball from the outside for Joel Embiid to be as effective as possible. I was going to pull up numbers for this video, but I just did this video on a whim really real quick because I got like 10 minutes until I got to go pick up my son from preschool, if you really must know. So I didn't put the numbers up, but I was reading about it today. Joel Embiid paired with Trey Burke has the highest offensive rating out of any other duo on the Sixers team in 150 possessions or something like that, okay? I'm just telling you, when you put a traditional point guard on the floor, Joel Embiid's game is unstoppable. Now the defense is at the three-point line. Now Joel Embiid can get a guy one-on-one. He owns people one-on-one, or they got to bring a double team all the way from the perimeter, leaving shooters wide open. Embiid had 8 assists last night. You know what the second highest combination is? Trey Burke and Ben Simmons. It's almost like a point guard makes both of these players better. Because if you go back to, what do I say all the time, basic basketball, and you look at the points of attack on a basketball court, I mean literally the diagram of a basketball court. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. You need a point guard at the top of the key. Our lineup right now, Ben Simmons doesn't play point guard. Don't tell me he does. Ben Simmons brings the ball up the floor and hands it off to somebody else. Somebody else runs the half-court offense. Ben Simmons doesn't play point guard. They just say point guard because it sounds cool. Our actual lineup is Josh Richardson, point guard, Tobias Harris, small forward, Ben Simmons, power forward, Al Horford, center, Joel Embiid, center, which is why it doesn't work, which is why our efficiency is so low, which is why we're underachieving so much, okay? You need a point guard at the top of the key. If Ben Simmons runs to the dunker spot under the basket on the basketball diagram, he is now the center. And if you look at the time of possession and where he usually is on the floor, Ben Simmons is a center, literally 75% of the time. I know I keep saying this, but we're just forcing this thing, man. If Ben Simmons isn't going to shoot from the outside, he's going to need his own team around him. And if he's not going to shoot from the outside, Joel Embiid's going to ask for a trade. Joel Embiid is not going to play with a point guard who won't shoot for the rest of his career. He wants to be the best he can be. Ben Simmons is not going to play with a 7'2" center in the middle of the paint because he wants to be the best he can be. But they can coexist in 2 separate lineups with a point guard on the floor. Do you want to know what the Sixers' most effective lineup is? At 120 offensive rating? Trey Burke, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. And now Ben Simmons at the 4, if he just adds a corner three-pointer to his game, if he just stands in the corner and catches and shoots, which, by the way, Brett Brown said that hasn't happened yet. We haven't run a play for Ben Simmons to shoot a 3. You're telling me you're begging the guy to shoot a 3 and you have not yet run a single play for him to pick and pop to the corner? What the hell are you doing? Is this even a coach? Bruh, I can't with this guy, man. But if Ben Simmons could just add a corner 3 to his game, he could play power forward. He could catch and shoot the 3 in the corner. He could pick and roll. You saw him running to the rim with Trey Burke, man. Imagine a real good point guard. Imagine Ben Simmons rim running, bro. He's been catching lobs from Josh Richardson lately. He would be a lethal power forward. This could be a Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan kind of thing with a point guard at the top. It's not rocket science. It's just not. But I don't think it's going to happen. And yes, we won last night, but don't get too high on it. We shot 50% from 3. Okay, it was nice to see a win, but we're a 36% shooting team, which is still top 10 in the NBA. We're not a 50% shooting team. And you know what happens when we shoot 36% from three? We're 23-14 or something, whatever our record is. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think needs to happen? What do you think will happen? I don't see anything happening because everybody's stubborn. Everybody at this level, GM, head coach, they're all stubborn. They get to that level and they think they know everything, so they refuse to listen to anybody. Any criticism in the media, anybody, they refuse to listen. Andy Reid refused to listen for 14 years. I mean, Brett Brown's not going to listen. He hasn't listened yet. Elton Brand's not going to listen. They're going to drive this thing as far as they can. They're going to force 3 centers on us because it's made for the playoffs, and we're going to lose in the first round. We might squeak it to the second, like I said, if we shoot good from three-point range. But you're playing a power forward and 2 centers on the floor at the same time. It ain't going to happen. And then in the offseason, there will be big changes. But hopefully we don't waste too much time trying to figure this out, because if you look at the numbers, I don't know if GMs and coaches actually even look at numbers, but if you look at the numbers, this offense does not work. So we'll see what they do. My name is DJ Eastwood. Thank you for watching. As always, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. You guys have a good day.